So last spring, my neighbor Greg decided he wanted to live off the land, which, considering his backyard is about the size of a postage stamp and he's afraid of worms, I figured would be entertaining at best. He started small, with a couple tomato plants and some herbs, and I'll admit I was impressed when he managed to harvest a single, slightly wrinkled cherry tomato that he immediately posted on Instagram with the hashtag #UrbanFarmer. We'd chat over the fence while he watered his plants and I pretended not to notice that his compost pile was just a heap of takeout containers. Things started to get weird when Greg added a garden gnome to his setup. He named it Cluckles and proudly announced it was an investment in diversified agricultural output. I thought he was joking, but the next week I saw him kneeling in front of the gnome, wearing rubber gloves and peering underneath it like he was checking a hen for eggs. He looked up and said, "No eggs yet, but I'm hopeful." I laughed, but Greg just nodded solemnly and made a note in a little farming journal. A few days later, Greg invited me over to help with the harvest. I figured it was time to pick basil or something, but he handed me a basket and said, "You take the left side, I'll take the gnome." I watched as he carefully lifted Cluckles, shook it a little, and sighed loudly when nothing rolled out. "It must be the soil conditions," he muttered. "Maybe the nitrogen levels are off." I tried to suggest that maybe ceramic gnomes weren't the most reliable egg layers, but he was already Googling best fertilizer for ornamental poultry. The next morning, Greg showed up at my door with a bag of potting soil and a very serious expression. "I'm giving Cluckles one more season," he said. "If there's still no eggs, I'm switching to plastic flamingos, they're supposed to be prolific layers." I told him that was a bold move, but at least with flamingos, he wouldn't have to worry about putting all his eggs in one basket.